What's up, dudes? It is your boy Bulletproof Cats. We back at it once again, and today we are actually uploading content that took place about a month ago on my Twitch before Resident Evil 8 ever came out. This took place right after the 25th anniversary Resident Evil showcase, where they unveiled some stuff about Resident Evil 8. They showed some stuff about the Resident Evil Netflix show, and they spilled the beans on the Dead by Daylight crossover. Now, we talk about all of that once we get started, but I just wanted to give a nice little intro and show, because I don't know if we specify, but all of these people also stream on Twitch. Top right, you have JamesNukem. Bottom left, we have PartyMarty2013. And bottom right is StuckNFutzy. So I wasn't initially going to upload this, but I am going to have these people return so we can talk about all of the juicy spoilers and all the batshit crazy things that happen in Resident Evil 8, especially in the latter half of the game. So many good things to talk about, and that is also going to be a phenomenal discussion. I cannot wait. I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, this comes out before the game. No spoilers. We take a couple cracks at what we think might happen, and some of us get kind of close, but when it comes to specifics, we were super far off. Because the one thing I can say that I don't think it's a spoiler is what they show in the trailers alludes to a different type of game than what you actually get. I still loved it, though. I still think it's a great game, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Right off the bat, I'm just fucking stoked. This didn't really show me anything that nothing really shook me. It's not that I expected a Mercenaries, but every game has not. If it wasn't Mercenaries, it was Raid mode. If you were a fan of the Revelation games, it was like, what was the? I don't even remember what it was called in Resident Evil 7. What, Jack's 55th birthday or something like that. Or like survive that. I don't even remember what it was called, but you know, just every like Resident Evil trials. Yeah, basically just challenge trials. So my first question is, this new Mercenaries does look a lot different. I think I could still really like it, but when it comes down to it, personally, I had the most fun with Resident Evil 6 Mercenaries. Is the side mode out of all the other modes, all the other side modes in Resident Evils, I had the most fun with Mercenaries, because Mercenaries.
I didn't even tap into that.
Didn't tap into any of that?
Nah.
Oh, what about you, Party Marty? What do you think your best like side piece, or even in the remakes, like the Fourth Survivor or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, what was your like favorite side piece, like besides just the main campaign?
I probably have to say either Mercenaries from RE4 or I wish I remembered what that mode was called. Other mode from 7 was called, the one where you're in the basement having to survive. I did like that one too. Oh,
where you had to get the scrap or whatever from the machines, survive until midnight or something, or you had to survive till 5 or whatever it was called. I can't remember.
Sticks, I think, one of the two.
Yeah.
I like the challenge that it presented. You know, got harder as you went along, so you kind of had to be more strategic and creative as far as what you had to do in order to kill enemies, do other stuff. Yeah. And
so
I would say either that or the Mercenaries from 4.
Now
Mercenaries for 4 for me too. Like
Mercenaries from 4.
Really
well, good. Mercenaries from 4.
I was just talking about 6. I didn't play the Mercenaries on that.
Oh, on 6. Oh, yeah. So 4 was the only one. Well, not the only one. You could play in Wesker and other ones, but you could play as Wesker and Krauser.
Yeah,
Krauser was so fun to play as in Resident Evil 4.
I wish I had like a story mode with him. Like,
dude, oh my god,
that would be so fucking sweet. Yeah.
I actually just played a Mercenaries game with Wesker on 4 the other day, and I hit 5 stars easy. So I was thinking I was gonna be so rusty, but I ended up. I think I got 90,000 points, which
that's a lot. 60,000 is 5 stars. No, maybe 80,000. I think it's a star every 20,000.
50 or 60. I can't remember for sure.
Yeah, I think it's 60 for Resident Evil 5. A star every. Well, no, I don't remember. It's been a while since I played the Mercenaries for 4. The last time I played it, I actually do have it on PS4, but the last time I played it was when I beat it on the HD re-release on PS3. That's the last time. Well, I played it on PS4, but I didn't. I played like the first level, which is always fun.
You didn't commit.
Yeah, I didn't commit. I started it and I'm like, oh yeah, let me do the first level, and then it's like, all right, yeah. There's just so much. There's just so many games to play. There's so many other stuff. There's always something else. There's always something
Dude,
else.
my backlog is probably like 6 miles long.
Dude, for real. The problem is
It's ridiculous.
every time there's free games, I add it to my library. I might not download it every time, but I always add it to my library, and then it'll get
It's
a sequel. Yeah, it's free, and then a free game. They usually do it. They release games that either have a sequel coming out soon or a game that has a lot of DLC. They want you to spend money on this, and that's that's the sneaky way of getting it. That's like freemium games. It's like, give me a game that has, you know, a shitload of freemium currency. You know what I mean? Oh, I got the game for free, and you know what? I will give them credit because it gets me every time. If I get a game for free and it has something, I will spend at least $10 on it if I'm actually having a good time with it.
Yeah,
I will spend 10. That's usually my cap.
Cool.
the developers deserve it. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'll give them a little kickback.
Why not? Yeah.
I know Fortnite got quite a bit of my money, and I hated every second of
Oh
playing.
my god.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right, there's a difference between DLC and microtransactions.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
I will say,
because you can just dump mad amount of money into that and just not even realize it. You know?
Exactly.
Well, Little Nightmares was another one. The thing is, you paid for Little Nightmares, but the DLC that comes with it, when you pay for the deluxe, it was. I mean, dude. I mean, I would pay pretty much the price of the deluxe, basically just for that game itself. And that's to me, it's like far and few between. You actually find a decent game like that, especially like that starts out kind of like an indie style, like that one, for example, indie horror style. I would actually say probably one of the best. Man, I can't even really put anything up there with free games, but like cheap games, which it kind of held into that. Oh man, how do you put it? It kind of held into a good horror way, but it really focused on mental instability and how like how a chronic illness would be perceived as back in the day, which that game was Hellblade.
Hellblade, a lot, dude. So,
and you were sacrificed.
Dude,
that actually, I had a
game.
lot of fun with that.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
How do you feel about Hellblade 2 being Xbox exclusive? Does that upset you?
Not really, because it wasn't like a game that I'm going to seek after. Much like, I mean, Resident Evil will always be a game I seek after, no matter what. Hell, I even played 6, and I did not like 6. But I played it and played it and played it.
There's a big difference between a game that you have fun with, not just mechanically, but a game that you just find enjoyment with, even if you play it and play it and play it and play it. There's games like that, and there's also games that just provide an experience. An experience that, even though you really enjoyed it, look, I loved God of War 2018. Love that game. Love that game.
Yep.
Tried to beat it twice.
Yeah, but I feel like
Playing
me and
a
you
movie,
talked about this. We didn't do it justice.
We did not do it justice, but that's a whole other conversation. Let's not start talking about God of War
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
right. We're not even talking about that.
Yeah,
we might not get past that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to
Sure.
the showcase tonight. StuckNFutzy, what was your favorite like side piece beyond the main campaign for any of the Resident Evil games? Which one stuck out to you the most?
I don't know. It all it all just like piled in together in such a beautiful way. It really did. Like, it just gets me more and more and more excited to go get the game. It really does. Nothing really stood out to me as far as in like that part. Like all of it to me was equally like exciting, if you will. I think the thing that I'm most excited about, on topic but off topic, is actually the fact that they're bringing back something like a merchant. Like I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, it's kind of cool, like in its own way, how it's not the traditional merchant, which for some odd reason he's Australian.
There was one merchant. You can't say traditional.
He sounded Australian.
Why do you think I have that blue robe,
man?
What are you buying?
No stranger.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Text
my
me.
God.
Text me right now, StuckNFutzy.
Hold up.
Or JamesNukem, whichever one gets it first.
I'm looking for my phone here, so I got it.
Gatsby, can you hear me?
I'll gift a sub to whoever gets it first.
Gatsby, can you hear me?
Why can I hear you? What the
I
fuck?
can't hear you guys.
Oh wow, because I was moving my phone, I canceled it. Hold on, can you do that one more time?
He said bye.
Oh no, I just turned it on vibrate because I'm a fucking.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know that.
You're just trying to feel important, like get text, you know, like.
One more time, James.
Oh my god. There you go. Yeah.
That's my text tone. So it was making that other noise. I'm like, what the fuck noise is that, man? It's on. I put it on vibrate. I'm like, why isn't this ringing, man? The fuck? Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway. So beyond that, did you guys? We're definitely gonna come back to Resident Evil 8 specifically, but Infinite Darkness. What do you guys think about the CG movies in general? Have you seen all the CG movies?
I haven't seen like the most recent one, but I've seen Degeneration and then whatever the second one is. Oh my god.
Damnation.
Yeah.
So
I really liked them, and I'm psyched that it's a series this time, so there could be like build up, you know, like I like series more than like movies, or like I don't know. It really depends on what the content is, but when there's like a lot of lore there needs to be like a series. You know what I mean? Like that, like shit needs to be fleshed out there. You know. But yeah, I definitely
get what you're saying.
I love Leon, so.
Yeah, dude, Leon, fucking primo.
He's my favorite character. Yeah.
My biggest problem with Damnation and what was the most recent? I can't remember what the most recent CG one was, but it had Chris and Leon in it. They both started a really good story, but it felt rushed at the end. It felt like they were rushing and sprinting to the end of the movie. You know what I mean? Where Degeneration is still the best one. It was an isolated incident. So, I mean, granted, all of them, like something happened right here, but at least with Degeneration, it was just the T-virus, wasn't it? It was just a T-virus outbreak.
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything. They weren't trying anything super special. It's like trying to like safely. That came out after the third live action Resident Evil movie, if I'm not mistaken. It was between the third and fourth live action movie. 2008.
That's what excited me most out of that, to be honest, is that they're redoing the live action movies. Like,
so
I'm pretty stoked for that too.
Is it because see, I heard something about them wanting to do a Resident Evil TV show on Wesker's daughters. This is the rumor I heard. I have no clue. I don't think Wesker ever had any daughters, but the one thing that comes through with Resident Evil 6 is he does have a powerful bloodline, and through his bloodline he was actually able to handle the progenitor virus and the T-virus. So with that in mind, I don't know, with the expansion of lore with the Weskers, where his sister Alex is in Revelations 2, spoilers for never mind. The Weskers are something special.
Yeah.
The Wesker bloodline
Their
is something
bloodline,
is something truly special. So, I don't know what they're going to do with the next live action thing. Some of the movies I really did not like for the Resident Evil live action movies.
Actually, like most of them, they were pretty god awful. But the first one was pretty good. There was promise there.
The first one showed promise.
Yeah.
The second one was good. The third one, I was like, what?
I was actually quite impressed, but he's just like straight fucking trash.
No, dude, I am so sorry. Yeah. I
wasn't picky on the second and third one.
Right.
I like James, dude. He's just like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Like, Apocalypse? What?
No, I was pretty much on board. I actually liked the idea in 4 that Alice lost her powers, because the fourth one actually, I shit you not, the fourth Afterlife, I believe it's called. I believe that's actually one of my favorite live-action Resident Evil movies.
Really?
Where they're stuck in the hotel, and even though the Magini thing, I just loved the feel of that. Alice without her powers is just so much more entertaining to watch because it's Alice. She fought Nemesis in the second one and beat him. Like, I'm not worried about her. And that was the big thing in number 3 as well. I wasn't worried about Alice dying. I was worried about Carlos, and I was worried about fucking Mike Epps. I can't remember his name. But, like, the side characters is who you worried about dying in those movies. Where Afterlife, once they took her powers away, I'm like... It was... For me, it was just more entertaining to watch. But 5,
Because she's vulnerable,
taking
God
stuff
awful.
away. Who lost the arm in the making of one of those? Was that a stunt person?
that was Mila Jovovich's stunt woman in the final chapter, Resident Evil
Lord
final
have mercy,
chapter.
I'm about to
I'm
bust.
about to
Oh,
buzz.
yeah.
No idea. Holy shit.
The first one should have been in the mansion
Alice
for
lost
like the
powers,
most
and
of
the stunt double
1000%.
lost her arm. So that's fair,
1000%.
I guess.
No, what had happened was one of the motorcycle scenes. There was a camera that was supposed to lift up out of the way, and she was on a fucking motorcycle, so she's flying, and the camera didn't move out of the way, so she bounced off the camera, and it was pretty messy. She ended up losing her arm from it. Sued the company. Luckily, I don't. It's been I don't want to say solved. What's the proper word? William?
Resolved.
Resolved. Yeah, is that the word? Yeah, we'll go with that.
Maybe,
We'll go with
maybe,
I don't
not. Who knows?
that. It is
I know
really
she
sad.
got
Shit's
'cause-
done.
well, I'm glad it was the final chapter because I'm pretty sure that was her stunt woman, Mila Jovovich's stunt woman, for like a really long time. The people that
Really?
made the Resident Evil movies, like there was new people coming and going, but don't forget it was Paul W.S. Anderson and Mila Jovovich pretty much from the start. Yeah, people came and went, but there was a lot of people that are like legacy players on that franchise. And even though the writers kind of went into some weird spots, they stuck with it. And even though I hated 5 and I hated how the final chapter started, because at the end of 5 they're like, oh, this big war is coming, and at the beginning of the final one they're like, oh yeah, everybody died. Everybody died. Alice was able to get away though, but she ran away. Alice ran away, and that's how she survived. And they just start that movie cold open like, oh yeah, everybody's dead, but Alice survived because she saw all of her friends being killed and just bounced. Beyond that, yeah.
It's been a while
Beyond
since I've
that,
seen the movies. Did they ever show how any of them died? Like,
No. They don't even describe
They
anything
just say that
about
they're
it.
dead.
They just say that they're dead.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing Chris. Like I don't remember. It was
Chris,
like
Claire,
traps or-
Jill, Leon, Barry died before the end.
Yeah, I think I remember Barry
Some point.
dying.
Every side character that was still alive at the time was there at the end. There's a couple characters that like Claire knew. Like I think she actually was in Extinction, or not? Was Extinction the third one? Yeah, the blonde girl that's younger in Extinction survived all the way till 5.
Okay.
Like I said, anyway, the live action movies, we'll get over that. But yeah, Infinite Darkness, the fact that it is a series, I feel like not only can it be really good, they claim that all of these movies are canon. So I'm assuming that the series is also going to be canon. Now, my biggest thing that I've been telling StuckNFutzy, my biggest conspiracy theory is that they need to bring Wesker back. We all know this. They need to bring Wesker back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad
They've
at
really
that.
expanded on
At
his
all.
lineage since he died.
Dude, he's died so many times, you know.
He has.
Like,
Well, hold up. Okay, so
Yeah.
remember when? Okay, here's a prediction. So we have a castle with Resident Evil 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is
you're
it
about to say
actually
Leon's gonna be in it?
maybe?
Because that's my prediction, dude. And Ada,
I'm
and
just
she's
saying.
gonna come in with a rocket launcher in the end and save the day.
And save
Like
the day.
she has
It might those
more
worlds
in
might
6,
merge,
dude.
and
it
Resident Evil
was
7 and 8 was all prequel for all we know.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe. And then like the castle scene, Chris is actually getting ready to go fuck up Wesker upstairs or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just
I don't
a
know.
thought.
Well, no, because there are dates to like all the games and stuff.
Yeah,
This
They-
definitely takes place at after everything.
They
Definitely.
reference the dude in Revelations. Well, actually, the first Revelations takes place between 5 and 6. No, it's definitely whenever
it's
Resident
yeah.
Evil
it's
7.
4 or 5.
Yeah, whenever Resident Evil 7 came out, it came out that year. Like whatever year it came out was the year it was in the game. There was no time distortion or anything like that. So it had been that long after whenever Resident Evil 6 came out. Was it 2012? Did Resident Evil 6 come out in 2012?
Yeah.
2012 or 13.
Well, yeah.
The world did kind of end when that game came out. I still had fun with it. I shit on it a lot, but I still had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
with you.
I think we all do, but
That
I mean,
would be crazy tie-in though.
it as a game was fun, but like as a Resident Evil game compared to others, yeah, it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes
I'm
sense.
just saying,
No, I
Resident
definitely
Evil
get what you're
6
saying.
had to happen in order for Resident Evil 7 to really be as good as it was. Because you can appreciate that more, especially in my opinion.
Definitely.
So like Resident Evil 6, and I told Gatsby this, I don't know how many times. Resident Evil 6 was like, I would almost say like Eminem's revival. And then Resident Evil 7 came out, and then here's Kamikaze. And then it's like, holy shit, we forgot what Resident Evil was made of.
Maybe.
It's a
Yeah.
very that's a very good
RE5
metaphor.
was like really action, like hardcore.
Yeah, that people say that about 4. That kind of started the chain reaction.
Yeah, and then they
5
kind of
was
reared
more-
it back
5 was
with
probably
6, and then now it's like back to where it was. You know.
Right.
Yeah, I see that.
No, I definitely feel.
I feel like they were just trying to pull a bunch of like very notable characters from the series into one game and just try to make it work, and in my opinion it didn't work. It did not work to the degree that you would think it would. I mean, you have Leon and Chris like mashing worlds, like they're merging. Then
Well-
getting introduced to Jake, which I'm back and forth with.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. I just feel like they just could have done. They could have waited on that.
no,
Because all it was basically a glorified mercenaries. That's all it
glorified
was.
mercenaries, yeah.
yeah,
You know what Resident Evil 6, the biggest reason it was the way it was is because let's not forget, what has Resident Evil done with the past 2 Resident Evil releases? Here's the game. Here's also an entirely different game that is a multiplayer only service. They won in the multiplayer game. They won out of the single player game. They've been trying it for years. Resident Evil 6 was the forte because not only could you play as a fuckload of different campaign missions as your favorite mainline characters, you could also play as a bad guy. You could also, the Agent Hunt thing was actually kind of fun if you ever fucked with it. Nobody ever did, but it was actually kind of fun to fuck with somebody random that's just playing, minding their own business, and you just come charging in, just shitting on them, and they're like,
Especially if you're playing with Gatsby, who
Cheers.
does not let you in a dumpster. At it.
That was your fault. That wasn't mine.
No, actually, we'll go back. You can play the clip for everybody if you want, and you can see.
I don't even remember what it's
like,
called.
what are you doing?
I want to see the.
Bamboozle? Betrayal? How do you spell
It
betrayal?
was something.
Bamboozle?
I can't remember. I just remember you laughing on stream as I'm trying to get out, going, "Oh, I know what's gonna happen here." You already knew what was gonna happen,
Yeah. I don't know. I'll
and go,
definitely have to
"Oh,
find
that was I had nothing to do with that." It's like
It was in Resident Evil 6 in the where you're Jake and Sherry and you're running away from Ustanank, and it's in the like cave or whatever. And if you make any noise, he comes, finds you, and if you don't hide, he kills you. So
Like-
he's literally on the other side, getting ready to do the thing, and I shoot my gun, so Ustanank just comes sprinting at him, baby, and he runs from all the way to the other side of the maze, like all the way back, and he gets into the
he
fucking.
charges through each wall, and we were just so quiet, just tiptoeing, and all of a sudden
I was already
it's like-
safe, by the way.
Like Gatsby could have dropped a knife, like it could have been this loud.
Gross.
And
It's
dude,
greedy.
just, oh, what's that? He just came bombarding through. Oh man, it was just so much. And then Gatsby sitting here, he's just like this on stream, like that, just hiding his smile.
I was actually
Dude,
wearing
his
this
gun.
shirt. Now that I think about it, I think I was actually
I
wearing
bet
this
you
shirt.
Oh my god, that
Alright.
was hilarious though.
Jeez.
All right, so my next thing I want to talk about is Resident Evil 4 being released on something else. Now, I'm genuinely curious because I do not know the answer. What is on more consoles? What is playable on more devices? Resident Evil 4 or Skyrim? Because honestly, my initial gut reaction is like, oh, probably Skyrim. There's a lot more money into that. But then I think like, I don't know. Resident Evil 4 is on a
Couple
lot
dollars.
of fucking dude. Resident Evil 4 has been on
Yeah.
every console since GameCube.
Yeah.
Every single console.
Yeah. Dude.
They are beating the shit out of that horse.
Yeah.
They really
I mean,
are.
dude, I will say they did revive it in a way that's not just like, oh, we just put new textures on shit. You know what I mean? They're like, now you can just like type whatever you want, like the fucking typewriter, and you can interact with the world and shit like that. You know. But,
the Oculus actually is the first time I'm actually pretty stoked on. The only other time was, I think, like Wii. I thought was pretty cool that you could use the Wii controllers, like back when, you know, aiming at a TV was, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't have the sharpshooter gun, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
new. We'll say that. New
Yeah.
for home. It's still it's
It
still
wasn't
weird to think.
normal to have like a gun con, you know. in,
Exactly.
like, a house setting, you know.
I mean, like consoles
Your
in
mom
general.
wouldn't buy you that shit.
Yeah,
She'd
dude,
be
the
that
whole
like,
way.
what, you're
Speaking
gonna
of a
use that
Wii
to rob
game?
people. Yeah.
Dude, speaking of a Wii game that didn't get much, like, I don't feel like got enough notoriety, was, dude, I'll tell you what, The Grudge.
The
on the
Grudge.
Wii?
What the?
Like the show,
look that
like the
up.
movie Grudge, like the fucking.
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
The
Hold
fucking. I can't even do it.
Hold on.
Yes, that.
I can't
It
even.
sounds
get
like
it
me
to
if I
fucking look it up.
smoke too much Mary Jane.
Yeah.
What? So did you guys know that they made a heavy metal? They made a movie of the Ring versus the Grunge in Japan and had a heavy metal song playing when they fought.
Of course
Oh
they
my
did.
God.
Of course they did.
That sounds accurate, actually.
I gotta
Dude.
watch this right now.
It was
Dude,
called
I shit
Ju-on.
you not. What was it
Hold
called?
up, yeah. Hold up. It was called Ju-on the Grudge Haunted House Simulator for the
What
Wii.
did you call me?
That,
Oh, I actually
Was
do
on-
remember seeing that. Yeah,
yeah, that game was fucking petrifying.
petrifying.
Oh, I mean, you can't even
Stone.
describe the level of fear. And then back when before you could put the shit on and fucking look around, when this was all you had, how many times, dude, okay, so a buddy of mine, he actually had it. And thank God they have those wrist strap things, because the Grudge creeped around the corner and does that crawling shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's the crawling
Burger
shit.
King foot lettuce.
Burger King foot
Last
lettuce.
season,
The amount of
Marty
cheese
Burger King
TVs that
burger is someone's
Samsung
foot
sold
long
that
guess,
year.
But as it turns
Yeah.
out,
We're
that might be
on
what you get.
They hit their peak in sales that year.
That's
Oh.
fucked.
No, I'll definitely say the scariest part of The Exorcist for me was when she was crawling down the steps backwards. That was the creepiest part. 100%.
Just everything says about
Anyway.
that. No. Mm.
Anyway, enough about Grudge and The Exorcist. Let's get back onto some Resident Evil because I'm actually really excited to play some of these demos coming out. Did you guys play any of the Resident Evil 8 demos that have come out so far?
Mm-mm.
Maiden.
The Maiden
With
demo?
the-
Have you played
Yeah.
that? Have you fucked around
Yeah.
with it?
Wait, are there more? Is there?
No,
like,
no,
another
no.
one?
So far, just that one.
Okay,
So
I was
far.
about to say like I need to get on this shit right now.
I need to get on this shit
For
right now.
real.
So,
yeah, I played that.
unfortunately-
I love that they like how there's like I don't know, some games are releasing like playable teasers, you know, like PT was and how
Yeah.
it's supposed to like show off like how Silent Hill was and whatnot. Or Silent Hills, plural.
yeah, Silent Hills. And
But
then-
yeah, I love that format. Instead of just like a demo, they give you something that's like the game, but not an actual part of the game. You know?
Right. I did
Yeah.
the beginning hour for Resident Evil 7. I cannot tell you the amount of times I replayed the beginning hour. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I literally only played the
Same.
Maiden demo once, but the beginning hour, well, because they had updates for it. Because at first the final update made it VR compatible, and I literally bought the fucking VR to play Resident Evil 7. Like, not just for that, but like that was like Resident Evil 7's
Yeah.
coming out. I can play the demo on VR. Like,
Yeah. This is a good excuse.
exactly, it's a good excuse.
Yeah,
And
totally.
having a demo of a AAA game like that
Mhm.
to showcase for VR that's not just a tech demo or just
Yeah.
I mean, not to be offensive, but it's not just a fucking point and click, point and shoot, whatever the fuck, or like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a grab
yeah.
like a grab ass simulator. Like pick this up and set it over here. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of the VR shit that's coming out. I don't know. This new Oculus game for the RE4 that actually does look really cool. Don't get me wrong, but dude, I played the fuck out of that demo. So I am actually really excited. The main demo was cool, but if you guys are given the choice for the 30-minute demo, and you could only play the castle or the village, because you have to pick castle or village. What's your decision? You picking the castle or the village? Party Marty, what do you think?
I feel like for me, the village, and only because I feel like I kind of want the castle to be like I want as little as possible going into the castle on my first playthrough, because I'm pretty sure they'll probably have you start out at the village and then make your way to the castle. So I feel like I want to keep the castle just as, you know, mysterious and all that type of feeling, you know, as possible. Because I mean, yeah, I could do the castle, but I'm like, nah. I think I'll just keep that, you know, relatively unknown. See what the village is like, get an idea for that. Just go from there, you know.
I feel you. Well, let's not forget that the maiden demo actually takes place in the castle. So
in the castle,
while we played the demo in the castle, we haven't.
While
played.
we do that, yeah, we have.
Yeah. So what do you think, StuckNFutzy?
I feel like it doesn't matter what you pick. You're three ways fucked from Sunday for sure, because
that wasn't the question,
village,
Dickface. What are you picking?
Right? I'm just saying, like, if you want my honest opinion, I'm gonna go make a burner account and do both.
Yeah, that's
you didn't follow Proto, buddy. You're done. That's actually.
I mean, why stand on just why just be regular about it? You have the ability to play both, just not
unless it's like we know
console.
this is just a dummy account, and
yeah, one dummy.
It's like Capcom sends you message like, hey.
Like, you know, like to be honest, if anything, that's probably what I'll do with the castle. Is I'll just go on another. If I decide I want to play the castle, I'll just go on another account. You know.
Right.
But
if you really want to,
almost next to the village.
But be completely honest, I'm probably not going to play any of the demos because I want to just accept every bit of it when it comes out. I haven't played the Made demo at all.
Oh damn!
I haven't watched anything on it, just other than showcase, because when it comes out, I want it to everything to be okay. So like Resident Evil 7, you mentioned that earlier. Yeah, you and me both. I mean, played the shit out of Resident Evil 7. Phenomenal. I was working so hard to get that dirty coin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
I finally got it. And when I got it, and then when I applied it into the game thinking it was going to do something phenomenal, I was like, just all them hours. And then I was like, good thing it didn't really spoil nothing for me.
Yeah.
Which it didn't. I mean, it kind of gave you an idea what the house looked like, and then with the VHS tape, with the recorder, those.
There was so
and not to
more
mention,
to that
did you see the Ghost Girl? How many times did you see the Ghost Girl in the
Oh yeah, like a shit ton.
Yeah. You turn the corner too fast. She's like up in the steps. You just see her feet and some shit.
Yeah.
That demo was just fucking phenomenal. It really was. But you can't shit on the dirty coin. The dirty coin did come in handy, because if you think out of all the coins, can you get everything, every possible upgrade in the game? Can you unlock everything that's in the cages? Because I don't believe you can. I believe you have to make some choices. So I believe out of the 50 coins you can get, having a 51st coin that's the dirty coin, like, that was the currency in that game. You know what I mean?
I feel like it should have equaled out to at least 2 or 3.
So you think more than one?
Yeah, because I mean, the amount of
shit
you had to do in order to even get in that room.
Yeah, you gotta
before
do a lot
Jack is just like, hey, welcome to the family, son, and all that good mess.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like just them giving you, just because it's labeled Dirty Coin and it was one addition to the 50, like the 51.
Yeah.
I feel like it should have had more value than that, because it's like, oh, they didn't even tell anybody this was a thing. You had to find it like old school Mortal Kombat style when you were figuring out fatalities.
That is what was really fucking fun about it, is how cryptic it was. Like, you knew there was something going on.
It's like, this can't just be it.
4 different endings.
So no, I'm probably going to stay away from the demo till I'm directly.
So
I don't want any. I don't know. I don't know.
So what if there is a dirty coin? Would that change your mind?
Is stuck right now, though.
Right?
Not really. Not really. It doesn't change my mind at all.
I feel you. So, James, what about yourself? Given the chance, or given the choice?
Definitely the castle, dude. I want to get to my lady Dimitrescu.
Oh my god!
I was waiting for somebody.
I want her to grim me, dude. Oh my god!
James over here, like, come on now.
Yeah.
That would be the funniest thing.
Oh my god!
I'd be so
mad. I'd be like, getting me. Like,
That's the dirty coin. You find her,
Yeah.
and she turns around and goes like,
Real dirty
she like starts
coin.
unbuttoning the top, and then it'll just like Resident Evil 8 coming soon. It's like right
Yeah.
when she unleash her breasts or something like that. You're just sitting there like, oh, really? I did all the
Sign
work
me
for my
up.
dirty coin, except for it was a dirty vampire lady.
Oh fuck yeah! That's what I want.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
Could you
Okay.
imagine the amount of frustration out of all? I just imagine like you would have to like jump buildings and like go through absolute brimstone and hellfire to even get some type of secret in Resident Evil 8. And if that was it, I
Yeah.
imagine Capcom's like,
No.
You didn't say the magic word.
until the game comes out.
No
it won't
titty for
even
you.
Have fun looking that up on P-Hub Fuckface. That's exactly what Capcom's saying.
God.
Wow. Just wow.
Oh,
Yeah, so
yeah.
the memes already of Resident Evil
Oh
8
my God.
are better memes
They're
than I've seen of
beautiful,
any
dude.
other Resident Evil.
I love them.
Gatsby sent me a funny
Yeah.
one. Oh my god, it was
I don't
Stone
know what you're
Cold. I
talking
think he was
about. I am
chugging
good
milk or
Christian
some shit. And he was like chugging milk or something. And it's like after the first playthrough with Lady whatever you pronounce her last name.
This is Stone Cold Steve
Give me
Austin
praise.
meme.
And he's just covered in milk.
I think I-
was like,
That was sent to me, and I didn't send that out. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know who these people are. How did you get in here?
who are you?
Who are you? New phone. Who dis? All right. So BRB. All right. Do your thing.
Yeah,
Turn
I
your
need
camera off.
Yeah, or something, dude. That face is messy.
Dude, that
so hard. I can't.
like, is this motherfucker a ventriloquist? Is he that good?
Look at it. There it is. Thank you. I'll be right back, dude. I need to go with you.
All right, do your thing. Do your thing. All right. So, Party Marty, me and you tried. We tried to play Resident Evil Resistance. How did that go? Could you tell chat how that went, Party Marty?
Look. The idea was good. I like the idea of the game itself. It just, I'm one of those people that for most games now, unless I'm playing with friends or someone, I can't really play it anyway. But
Exactly.
it was long before I knew about Dead by Daylight, and I was just wish I could have enjoyed it more. I mean, it's fun, but I think part of the reason I didn't enjoy it as much, I waited too long to play it.
Yes.
So
I feel you.
A month and a half out, to be honest, because I was on Resident Evil 3.
Dude. 100%.
So I think that maybe if I played it earlier, maybe I could have enjoyed it. But would I try again at some point? I think I would, but I don't know. It just wasn't as good as I think it could have been.
But it definitely showed potential, and there's no doubt that Reverse or RE-verse. What are they calling it? Reverse or RE-verse? The RE-verse.
I think it's.
I think she said RE.
I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna call it RE-verse. I'm not going reverse on that one.
All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna call it Reverse just because I'm a dick. But what do you guys think of Reverse?
I don't know. See, like, whenever they try to delve into, like, multiplayer, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what kills it for me in most parts.
Yeah, well, because I mean, there's no doubt Umbrella Corps was
Terrible.
Just delete that.
disappointment.
Cancel that game. Cancel it.
Yeah.
Cancel it.
He's over here like.
So I played some of
It
the. I
does.
played the beta on RE-verse a
Mike's
bit.
the guy.
Kind of like it, but I got to get rid of that comic filter. I can't deal with it. I just
Well-
can't. Mighty Man guy actually told me you can actually turn that filter off, which I didn't know.
Ooh.
So I'll probably do that.
See,
I can't with that comic.
You just restarted Animal Crossing, getting my Switch back might have been a bad idea. Uh-oh. Adrena's got a new game to
Grind is
play.
real.
Rub.
Yeah, rep. All right, so has there been any multiplayer experience for Resident Evil? I guess Mercenary still counts. What's the most multiplayer-esque thing that you guys have played in Resident Evil, whether it was co-op Mercenaries or anything in that matter. Did you guys fuck with Umbrella Corps?
All right,
I tried.
Co-op
I
is
tried.
good.
The co-op is good.
Co-op's
Yeah,
alright.
RE5.
Yeah.
The RE5 co-op is standard when I think of good co-op
just-
action.
And that game was like still fun, like without playing with somebody else. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like they forced like the cooperation with like Operation Raccoon City, you know, like Corpse, shit like that.
Oh, Operation Raccoon City. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I completely
That
forgot
was-
about that game.
Look, I played it and I liked it, but god damn, it was like
Really?
playing a PS1 game with PS3 graphics.
Yeah.
That's what it
that
felt like
too.
to me.
Yeah.
It felt like I was playing a PS1 game on with
Wasn't a fan of
PS3
that
with
game.
PS2 graphics. Actually, let's not say on ceremony. It didn't look great at the time it came out. Just everything in retrospect, you're like, oh yeah, that's how shit looked back in the day. No, Operation Raccoon City didn't look good for the time it came out.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
The perspective of Umbrella Agent on
Resident
Umbrella
Evil.
side, as far as like destroying evidence and eliminating all survivors, the idea of that was also good. Enjoyed it from that perspective.
Well, that's another one of those games that, in concept, had a lot of potential. They put it into high gear, got the speed wobbles, fucking crashed and burned. In my personal opinion, Operation Raccoon City was difficult to play. It was just difficult to play, and
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it.
It did not control very well.
No.
No.
The remake graphics, dude. The remake graphics are great, and Fortnite is
Yeah.
downloading. Adreno on
That new
Fortnite on
RE
Switch.
engine is beautiful.
Yo, Outbreaker,
Oh.
Operation Raccoon City.
The RE2 remake was probably the smoothest.
The RE2
Smoothest
remake
game I've
is
seen in a long
fucking
time.
primo.
Yeah.
I mean,
the way
how
you would,
they
like-
had that,
Yeah.
no
They do.
judder. There was absolutely no judder.
No.
Everything was just so smooth in transition.
Yeah. How detailed it
That's
was.
speaking-
too. Like,
Speaking
and
of,
also
oh
like
yeah,
the zombie
especially when you
physics,
shoot.
you know, like the limb physics and shit
Mhm.
like that was like
Yeah.
fucking
Which-
awesome, dude. Like
that
how
can
you
be-
could just blow holes into people. Like,
Mhm.
I love
You
that.
can thank Dead Space for that one.
Yeah,
That for the
buddy.
first time, Resident Evil 2 had me in amazement. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Dude, Resident Evil
Yeah.
2 impressed me more than. Not just for a Resident Evil game, but just a video game in general. Resident Evil 2, like, impressed me.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Genuinely
Oh, yeah.
impressed me.
Yeah.
I tell you
Like
what,
it was disappointing. It was a remake. That was it.
I don't even
Because
mind.
it deserved its own, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it was its own. I don't know. Like when it came out, played it, didn't get to beat it because another game came out, which was Kingdom Hearts 3, and I've been waiting on that forever. But I finally jumped back into it, and then, like even after a year, because it was a year break, I went back into it, and I'm like, man, I even told Gatsby about this. I was like, dude, I feel like we didn't give Resident Evil 2 its justice either. Actually, there was a bunch of games that came out right around the same time. if I remember
didn't
right.
Kingdom Hearts come out not long after Resident Evil 2? Or
Kingdom
was that
Hearts
Resident
3, and I feel like God of War as well.
Evil 3? Ooh, that might have been what it was. God of War came out not long, or right around
I
the
know
same
Kingdom
time.
Hearts
I
3
don't know.
did without a shadow of a doubt.
I'm
Thing is-
gonna tell you guys this now. I'm really stoked on Returnal because it's a PS5 exclusive.
Yes.
And I've been waiting for a PS5 exclusive that's not cross-gen. No one else but motherfuckers with the PS5 can play Returnal.
Yeah.
Comes out a week before Resident Evil 8. I'm
That's
like,
not what I
fuck!
expected. It looks pretty good. That I
It-
like roguelikes. I don't know. I just love that formula when it's done well. There are shitty
Mhm.
roguelikes out there. There are some
Oh,
really
dude.
shitty,
No,
really shitty roguelikes out there. But like, dude, this seems like what Hades did. You know what I mean? It's telling a
Yes.
story on top of like all this crazy shit going on. You know, I don't know who's played Hades, but like, dude, that game got roguelikes fucking spot on. And also like, dude, that I can't think of the developer's name, but all of their games are like really fucking good. Like they made Transistor and also Bastion.
Bastion? Dude,
So
I've heard a lot of good things
they already
about
knew
all
how to
those.
tell like a phenomenal story.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they just applied that to what they did. I think that game right there transforms what roguelikes are going to be now. You know.
My biggest thing taken away from Returnal after everything I've seen on it, to me, it looks like a Dead Space cross with Vanquish. Because it looks like a very fast-paced game, which was something I actually wasn't expecting. I'm not saying that the Resident Evil games are inherently slow. I guess I am kind of saying that. Scary games can't be quick. I'm not saying they can't be, but like, name another scary game where you're fast. Where you not only you're fast, but you feel fast. I don't know. You could feel really slow once Returnal comes out, but it also is giving me like hardcore Control vibes. Which, have you guys fucked around with Control?
Yeah, dude, Control's so good. Oh my god.
People sleep on Control, and like,
dude, they should. That was one of my favorite games. Like, fucking, when was that?
I still yet to play it. I have
2019. I would say it was free a couple months ago, and that's when I first started to play it, when I got it for free. So I'm guilty of the same thing, you know what I mean? I slept on it for a very long time, and then I played it, and I'm like,
why didn't I fucking pre-order this shit?
But holy fuck, is that game hard, man? Why is it so difficult?
I don't, because Remedy Theory likes making fucking weird ass games. Or
like,
no, not really
I don't want to compare it to a Soulsborne game, but like, I feel like I was dying a lot. Like a lot.
Like,
you are dead.
Yeah, no.
You have died.
And you'll like stumble into areas where you're definitely not supposed to be because
and you're like, what's going on in here?
Dude, I'm one of those stubborn motherfuckers that's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going, dude.
Oh, yeah, I'm going. Like, if I play it right,
like,
10 levels above me, I don't give a shit. I just gotta play it right.
I just can't get hit once. That's it.
Exactly. As long as I don't get hit at all, I'll be
fine. It's like bullet hell, you know.
I should be able
like,
to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that's kind of like with fucking. Remember Borderlands? Hell, there were spots you couldn't go yet either.
Yeah.
So you ranked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was guilty of doing that a lot too.
Yeah.
I was trying so hard up in that game, dude.
Yeah.
So hard.
I don't know. Even though it did suck, I love the ability in a game for the game to basically tell you, like, I don't know, fuck around and find out. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. I've
If
been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise, and that's like a lot of Monster Hunter, dude. Like, it's just like, try it, dude. Why not?
I don't know.
I'm telling you not to. Like, yeah.
Just see what happens. Fuck it, man. Dude,
has anyone here played Fallen Order?
Fallen Order?
No, I don't think so.
Jedi Fallen Order, sorry.
Star Wars. I have not, but I heard that was a really cool game in its own right.
First time I played through, I went to Dathomir because I thought that's where I was supposed to go. And it turns out not only was it not where I was supposed to go, but enemies were so much more powerful than I was. I'm like,
Dathomir is such a terrible place.
Am I supposed to be
go there?
No, I was there for like an hour before I realized that I go to the objective and like, you're supposed to be there yet. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I've had experiences.
Shit from like,
yeah. I'm just like, why are these people so stronger than me?
Yeah, it's not it's where the darkness is from. You know what I mean? Like the dark side of the forest. You know?
Yeah, I'm just like, that makes more sense now.
Or it's where it's the strongest or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, that place is no bueno.
No, sir. No, it's not.
What just happened? Do you think they'll do something like that with Resident Evil 8? And if they did, what would you think?
Ooh, dude, like just a shit ton of lichens. They confirmed lichens. It's not.
They actually said lichens. So
the developers had said it ties into like all the viruses and shit. So I'm sitting here wondering like, what is it? You know what I mean? I'm thinking like G virus for the lichens, but I'm thinking Dimitrescu is I think she's a tyrant. Dude, she's big as fuck. You know, like
she could just be the original. What if she was the original tyrant? What if the tyrant is based on her DNA? They could really do a lot of fucky stuff.
That's not that far fetched, to be honest.
Well, how big is she compared to a tyrant in general? A tyrant's what, 10 feet tall? This chick's like 9 something.
Dude, she's tall as fuck.
So
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail what you were saying.
No, 1000%.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, they could do. There's a lot of implications. The fact that we find out the plant that the T virus comes, or the progenitor virus, which then becomes the T virus, comes from a plant. We don't find out what that plant is until Resident Evil 5. So Resident Evil 5, they're still giving origin details to what's going on in the series. And since 6 didn't do any of that, none of the Revelations did any of that. 7 definitely didn't do that. It's been a while since they fucked with any of the origin story of anything. So I guess we are technically past due for it. The only thing I can think of was that.
Revelations 2, they didn't do what Resident Evil 5 did as far as like origin to like you get like the emblem that you can shoot and you can finish whatever with Natalia. If you get all those you get like little notes and secrets. Like there's one in particular where Jill writes a letter to Barry about after the events of Resident Evil 5. So there's a couple little things like that in that game too. Like right, but it's not so much like Resident Evil 5 where they go little things like that in the game.
Well, yeah. The biggest thing for Revelations 2 is for me personally, is the introduction of Alex Wesker and the implications of what her storyline is in that game. Because spoilers for Revelations 2, if you haven't played it, I'm going to spoil it for you right now. The whole point of the game is Alex Wesker is trying to download her conscience into another person's body. So what I was talking about earlier is they need Wesker, they need Albert Wesker to come back. They're going to download Albert Wesker's fucking conscience into another body. That is their plan. That is what they're moving to. That is the end game. They are going to bring Wesker back in that way. It did not work for Alice Wesker.
Shit.
But that because all we have is cloning. Cloning has been a very big part of the Resident Evil games. Cloning in general. And then and then Revelations 2 is subconscious and like literal like brain movement and shit. Like who you are as a person, is transported. Like, because in the bad ending, Alex was transported in Natalia's body, and Alex then controlled Natalia. Natalia was Alex.
Yeah. But what if, dude? What if that's the significance behind the baby in Resident Evil 8?
Oh my fucking goodness! I'm glad you finally. Hey, son, thanks for coming to the. Holy fuck! You just blew my mind right there. That
I think they're trying to steal the baby to give to Ethan Winters because Dimitrescu is like tasting it.
What if it's like stealing the baby is in some effort to download Wesker's consciousness into the baby in order to save? Man, I thought I had something.
I was gonna say,
keep on going. Don't stop.
No. Well, what I think what he's getting at is because Wesker's bloodline is something specific, and Mia, her blood, and Ethan's blood have both been both have had the mold but recovered. So not only would they have the mold, if they got Wesker's DNA as well, he would also be the T virus, the G virus, the progenitor virus, and the mold. And Ouroboros.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That baby could be fucking everything.
Although
and then the baby is the final product of this, just like Albert. Okay, hold on. Just like, dude. Okay, so we seen what happened when Wesker got his little vaccination, his little shot, right? If you will, and how well he became a badass versus everyone who had a tiny bit of it was just like, so we're gonna start eating people now. And then he's just like, no, I'm gonna show you some Migate no Gokui and whoop that ass real quick.
Kneel on him.
Right?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So what if, in theory, call me stupid, what if, in theory, with Mia and Ethan surviving the mold, Evie, safe to say that they have a little bit of that still left in them from coming into contact, but develop
they're
Zoe,
walking
though,
vaccines.
Zoe's straight up like she's lived through that shit too.
But the baby is the final product of all
I do.
Yeah.
Man. And then they
True.
download consciousness if we're staying to what Revelations did.
Mhm.
Man, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a stretch, maybe.
So,
But it seems so odd. Like Chris has the hardest dick for especially from how they displayed him
Yeah.
in the trailers.
Well, he's kind of lost his shit, you know. Like,
so they're playing him.
He's off his rocker, dude. Like,
They're playing him.
Gave that away.
No, they're playing him as the bad
Just
guy,
throwing
but
it
literally
out.
all that's happening is something's going on. Something was going on with Mia. He had to fucking kill Mia. Think about it. When he came into Resident Evil 7, what did he do? Did he go downstairs to talk to Lucas? No. He went down, he fucking found Lucas, and he blew his fucking brains out. That's what Chris Redfield did. That's what he did in Resident Evil 7.
ever since he got fucking rocked in 6, dude, he has not been the same. Like,
Dude, he is not. And I feel like
ever
that
since
gives
he lost
a
his memory. Like,
he's been kind of a cunt, honestly.
Yeah, like he has.
Yeah, he
the
could be
same
kind of suffering still from that encounter. Who knows? You know?
Yeah.
Well, because we don't actually know when Resident Evil 8 is taking place. We'd assume. Wait, do we know? Did they say it was a couple years after 7?
We said a few
It's gotta
years
be,
after
yeah.
7. Nothing too specific.
Enough time
Just
to
a
have
few
a
years
baby and shit, you know.
So yeah, it's gotta be about maybe 3-4 years maybe. I'm not very sure.
I don't know.
Well,
We'll find out
I'm
when
glad
we
they
get in there, you
changed.
know. Open up a document, it says the date right there.
Dude, that's the best thing about those documents. It really lets your timeline get into frame. But they're playing him as the bad guy. They're making him seem like the bad guy. If they kill Chris Redfield in this fucking game, I don't care how they play it. I don't give a fuck how they play it. I will be legitimately upset if they anyway.
Agreed.
There's 4 people you cannot kill in this series. 4
Dude
people.
Punches boulders. You can't kill that fucking guy.
You cannot kill that guy. You cannot kill Chris. You can't kill Claire. You can't kill Jill. You can't kill Leon. You can't kill any of those 4 characters. Those 4 characters are the king, queen, prince, and princess of this fucking series. You cannot do it without them. Exactly.
The only way them dying, and I would be happy, like the only situation it would be like if they died old, you know, like that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They literally just they expired.
And then brought them back
They weren't
to
murdered.
robots or some shit like that or something. I don't know.
Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Well,
What if,
I mean,
after
think.
seeing Chris crunch boulders, he dies of a paper cut? It's like, come on.
He can beat rock, but he couldn't beat paper.
Right.
Oh shit!
Oh man. Like
Wow. Wow.
Just saying.
That's fucked. That'd
Just
be great.
saying.
Those are just the medium, you know.
Mhm.
And he like he's playing rock paper scissors with like Ethan and shit, and Ethan goes like this, and he's like just fucking like dies or some shit. He's like, you shouldn't have picked rock, asshole, and then he dies.
And then
I would be happy if that. I'd be happy if Chris died that way. It's like, oh, see, that's what's up.
All right, so with how they're playing the promo material in the original trailers, it says his story comes to an end. You can quote Resident Evil Village on that. His story comes to an end. Are they talking about Ethan or are they talking about Chris?
Or are they talking about
Chris.
Leon?
Oh,
I'm saying
If they bring Leon in as a cameo and fucking stab him,
I'll be pissed.
I would be more upset
I
if
might
they have
like Capcom about
Leon cameo in and be like, "Hey, dude, it's a son," and someone gets fucking like stabs him in the chest or
Yeah.
something. I'd be like, "Fuck this
Like
guy."
right
I'd
when
stop
he
playing.
walks in,
That's-
you know. Like,
He's like, "Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to save the day."
But
Dude, that would be
Shit.
so upsetting.
No
That would be
way.
So upsetting.
That'd be great.
Gosh.
I mean,
Alright,
it would be great.
better than what they did.
I honestly would like to see either. Honestly, maybe Jill or Claire come to the fold, maybe somehow. Maybe even if it's just like a small, especially maybe Jill, especially
Yeah.
because not counting Resident Evil 3, or she hasn't been in a game since. I mean, timeline wise, since 5.
Yeah.
So especially if it comes to try to get Chris to come to his senses, maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
Jill is probably in the universe that could do that.
I could totally see
that for him.
Yeah.
Jill and Claire. That would be it.
With Claire and Leon being in the shows, I think there would be nothing better than Chris going off his fucking rocker in this game and Jill having to be the one to come back and bring him back down to reality. I think that would be almost poetic at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think if something happens to Chris, and I think it almost needs to be Jill that saves him. And honestly, I don't care what's going on. I'm going to fucking stand up in this fucking chair and just start fucking clapping my fucking hands, man. I don't care.
So.
Because Jill was off of her
Clothing
shit. Well, I mean, she was like, you know, brainwashed or whatever. She had that fucking
right.
Well,
Well,
and Chris was the one to like save her, so her coming back to like be like, hey, dude, you're off your fucking shit.
uh-huh.
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
Another way to look at it is those two started the series. So I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, Jill would be the
So
one to go
it's
here.
like this one was secretly a story about them two, but in the eyes of like Ethan. Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
Big Daddy
No,
Barry's
that'd be good.
Maxim
I
Skulls.
wouldn't be against that.
Progress.
yeah.
dude.
No, that'd be good. Yeah.
I don't know,
Huskies,
dude. With how
dude.
it's been in the
How are you
past.
doing today, Huskies? Thank you so much for
I mean,
stopping by.
if-
We're having a great night,
If you're
man.
gonna ask me whose
You
stories
big
coming
fan of
to an
Resident
end,
Evil, my dude?
given my experience with, we won't
You like
mention.
Resident Evil?
I don't know.
I just feel
I'm
like
gonna
they
say they'll
won't
probably
kill.
be
It won't be Ethan just because it may seem too early. Kill the main character. But
I'll
I
just
mean,
say-
it's all it's speculation.
Yeah, it is all
Yeah.
speculation, but in
Oh, yeah.
order for maybe just like in some other game, in order for Ethan's story to progress, Chris has to die, and we'll leave it at that. But I could
Maybe.
be completely wrong.
Look, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to be happy with either of them dying, but I'll be okay if Ethan dies. I will be distraught.
There's nothing about him right now. There's nothing to like really like about him except for
Yeah, he
played
doesn't
as
punch
him.
boulders.
Like-
He says a lot, and
Just-
that's it.
I mean,
Yeah, like you don't really know anything. Like,
he's essentially just a normal. He's just your regular guy.
yeah,
And
no,
I don't know. I don't
they
know
needed
because
that
he
for it
did
to
get his
be
arm
scary.
cut off.
yeah.
He did get his arm cut off.
He took that pretty well.
He actually
He did
did
a lot
take his
better.
arm.
He really
cut
did.
off.
You know what I mean?
He
Like,
took
they-
his arm. Okay, hold up. Wait
Yeah.
a second.
Go ahead.
Him losing his arm, and he took that pretty well, right?
Yeah,
Probably not as well as
Huskies, we got to talk.
Alice's stunt double. So what if that was like a little
Oh
shot?
my god.
at
Why did you
her?
have to say that, you
Oh
fucking
my
dick?
God.
What if Ethan
Wait,
getting
when
his
did that
arm
happen?
cut off
when did that
was
happen?
a shot over the lawsuit? Because
When did it happen? Like when did she lose? her
That
arm?
that does not
That's-
sync up,
that's
you
what I'm
fucking
curious.
it
cock.
doesn't. How
Yeah.
does it? Tell me. What came out before? Resident Evil 7 came out in 2017.
I'm looking at whenever. Hold on a second.
I
And tell me
believe.
if that doesn't make. Tell me if
Was-
that. Okay, we'll see. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying.
I don't know, but I think the final chapter came out. The Big D, or the final chapter was the first movie I saw in the Big D. I think I watched John Wick 2 and then came home and played Resident Evil 7. I think the movie came out first, you fucking dick.
I think. Yeah.
Well, okay, so you're right, and you are
2015.
also. 2015 is when the final chapter came out for Resident Evil.
That's whenever she lost her arm.
And how long did the lawsuit take place?
Ooh, that I have no idea. Oh shit.
Probably a long time. It didn't finish.
Would you
It
say
didn't-
it cost an arm and almost a leg?
You're a fucking dick. All right, so guys,
He's
that's
hitting
about
it
it for
hard.
tonight's stream. That's about it for
He's
tonight's
ended it on
stream.
that.
And before we end, is there any
Oh,
final
shit.
points you guys want to make before we get on out of here? StuckNFutzy, what do you got for us?
I'm excited. I'm gonna be completely fresh to it. I ain't touching a demo. I mean, watching the trailers was enough, but I just want to take the game for however they want to deliver it, whether if it's going to be in a good way or a way to piss you off, which seems to be the popular thing within the past year or two. But either way, I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to it. So.
Right on, right on. Party Marty, what are your final thoughts on this whole situation?
Two, actually. One, I'm glad for. I'm happy that Nick Apostolius and Stefan Cancel are going to be reprising the roles of Leon and player for the series. I'm very happy about that. And what was the other thing? Overall, just after the show today, just more excited for the game. And I think now the first run. I'm gonna do on the hardest difficulty available. That's what I think I'm gonna do. That just because I mean,
just to punish yourself.
I feel like I beat most games like this way too soon. Plus, this is a game in particular that this is the first time in quite some time that I feel like, man, I want to be able to enjoy the game for a little while. And
Something happened.
Yeah. Well, until he comes back, JamesNukem, what is your final thoughts on tonight?
I've just got 5 syllables for you. Lady Dimitrescu. Nah, I'm really excited for the game. I just I don't know. I just want it in my hands already. Really.
Yeah, just
'Cause,
shut up and take my money. I'm right there with you, man.
Seriously.
Just fucking gimme.
Yeah.
Dude, 1,000%. That's pretty much the way I feel about it as well. I'm really excited. I can't wait to fucking play it. I'm upset that it comes out a week after Returnal, because that means I'm really stoked for Returnal and to play a PS5 game. But as soon
You
as
gotta
Resident
bust
Evil
it
comes
out quick, though.
dude, I'm gonna have to play the fuck out of that game. Like, play
Oh
the
my
fuck
God.
out of it. But
He's gonna keep
anyway,
making
guys,
references to Resident Evil while he plays it.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, your mind's not here right now. You know what you need to do.
Yeah.
Go hang out with Lady
so-
Dimitriatis or whatever the fucking name is.
Lol. All right. But that is it for tonight's stream, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are going to be rating misdemeanors, which I found her on Greasy Gamer, which for those of you that don't know, greasygamer.com, and Greasy Gamer is also available on the PlayStation Store and the fucking Apple fucking store, whatever it's fucking called.
I don't even know about this.
Basically, it's like a Facebook, but for gamers and for streamers and such. So Greasy Gamer is definitely something you guys need to check out. I'm not sponsored, but fuck, I should be now. Just saying.
Damn.
Between that and
but,
Miller Lite.
yeah.
Logan.
I met misdemeanors on Greasy Gamer. I actually used Adrena Lynn's link to sign up for Greasy Gamer, and she got a little bit of kickback for that, and that's really awesome. But guys, show her some love, and until next time, much love, everybody. Deuces. Fucking beautiful, guys. Fucking primo.